Hi everybody, my name is Heather and I'm here talking with Frank Wright, interviewing him for the Kabari magazine here at California Sound Studios. How are you, Frank?
Very good, thank you.
Good.
Nice to be with you today.
Oh, it is great. Can I ask you a few questions?
Sure.
Okay, so how did you get into the music business?
Okay, I started out with my mom buying me a guitar, but she bought me the guitar saying, you can have this guitar, but you have to take lessons on guitar. I said, no, Mom, I just want the guitar. She said, no, then you don't get the guitar. You have to take lessons. So I studied with 3 really reputable guitar teachers, the first of which was a guitar teacher who was on television. And he told me, he said, if I can be on TV, if you work hard, so can you. And I thought, well, then that's what I'm going to do.
Oh, that is so great. What a great story. So you were in the band Chicago. Can you tell us a little bit about the band and your experience with that?
Yeah, the band was made up of musicians who really studied hard. A lot of them went to DePaul University, got a bachelor's degree in music. I happened to go to the Conservatory of Music and got my degree in classical music under the direction of Jack Ciccini. And from there, we got together and we started playing some of the really good gigs in town where you got paid extra for playing society jobs, they call them. And we were opposite orchestras like Cy Zettner's orchestra and some of the really good acts that were out, like the Four Seasons, you know, Frankie Valli, and that type of thing. And we picked up a great manager. His name was James Gruccio, and James Gruccio pushed and promoted the group to Columbia Records. And the next thing you know, CTA came out with their first album. It was the first album that was a double album by any group ever.
Wow.
And it went on to become, well, now platinum. At the time I got the record, it was gold.
That is so exciting. So what made you then decide to form your own studio?
I have had a lot of dealings with studios. I've worked from the early 80s at Warner Brothers. And my forte in music is trying to discern how producers get a great sound. And I used to stick around, like when I was working with the American Breed. I'd stick around and watch Bill Trout, how he'd insert the horn section after the group had recorded. So I started gaining interest in how things were done behind the scenes, and that's how I got into going to SMI and get my audio and video engineering degree. And then moving on and working with Brian Inglesby, who was such a great big force in the producing and engineering area of making records. And got to sit next to him during big sessions, you know, with Procol Harum and also with Toto, and learned an awful lot from him. He worked at A&M, also ABC Records, as he was president of ABC, and worked at Filmways Hyder with him, and kept on learning, and then went on to work at Warner Brothers, being a producer and engineer.
Okay, so next, how did you get involved with Meeghan's career?
Well, Meeghan is an absolute talent and a beautiful girl, and she is so incredible at her writing techniques that we took a real interest in her at California Sound Studios and Wright Records, and we wanted to get involved with her career. So as soon as I heard what she was doing and what types of songs and abilities she had, I said, this is something we really have to get into, and really work with. And so I've done things like helped to produce certain tracks, helped to play guitar on certain tracks, and helped to kind of further her career along. And we've gone and seen her perform at great venues like the Sabin Theater.
Yes.
She's been phenomenal.
That was amazing.
She is a phenomenal act, and she stole the show.
She did.
She stole the show, and everybody there was just in awe.
I was there. I was #1 fan.
I even got her autograph.
Oh, you're so lucky. Okay.
She's amazing.
Tell us what you're doing today with Meeghan.
I'm playing acoustic guitar. I'm using my Martin D28 and going to put down some guitar parts for one of her tracks. And probably a little bit of chording and also some lead from that instrument, and also maybe some Les Paul, and put that down on the tracks also. And then later on we have Jeff Timmons from 98 Degrees. He's going to be coming in and doing the vocals and background vocals for her. And a lot of big stars are getting involved in pushing and backing her career because she is such a great
I just want to
talent.
say thank you again, Frank Wright, for letting us be here at your California Sound Studios. And I wanted to just acknowledge all your accomplishments that are hanging all over the walls in the studio. All his records from Sonny and Cher, Chicago. He works with Ronnie King, who is now involved in Meeghan's career. And we just love walking around and seeing all his accomplishments.
Thank you very much.